Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and I don't know if my stream actually is going through. What's going on, everybody? I am just sitting here as we sit 6 minutes and 50 seconds away from kickoff of the 2019 season, and I'm excited as can be. And it's just like literally, we're going to be under 50 days, so I wanted to go through and hit this up real quick. What's happening, Salzar? Baker, comedian, my man Victor, man. I saw you were sick and stuff. I am glad that you're healthy and everything is going good again through Trust app. Victor, how you doing, man? Victor, I got to tell you, you may be crazy, you may be a pain in the ass, but damn if you ain't loyal because you are always there, man. You are literally like the Black Plague. You're there regardless. But you see that clock, don't you? You see the clock. 6 hours. I mean, sorry. 50 days, 6 minutes, and 9 seconds away from kickoff of the 2019 season. We're about to go under 50. Dinner is now over. Let's go to business, brother. Well, I'm just excited, man, because next week the Dallas Cowboys will be going to training camp. I cannot wait. Um, I believe Denver, as well as a couple other teams, rookies have actually started reporting. So it's getting closer and closer by the minute here, and you know, I just want to be there, man. I'm excited. I'm happy. Left my house. This is the '80s written all over it. Left love it, man. Hope you're well, bro. Wait a minute. The intro has the '80s. I got you. Okay. Well, you know what? Actually, the artwork was actually done a couple years ago by one of my fans, and I just kind of liked that music, and I kind of felt like he went with it. But figuring '80s, that actually kind of makes sense because you guys know that I'm old. I was born in the '60s. That's right. I am old as can be. I'm probably too old to be here on YouTube, but hey, there's worse things that could be out there. But we're under 5 minutes and 50 days here, so we're getting closer and closer. Like I said, just want to come in, just give a quick shout out, hello to everybody, and just enjoy this moment that literally 50 days from now, from right now, we will be watching the beginning of the 2019 season. James
James
Nooks,
Nooks,
thank
thank
you
you
very
very
much
much
for
for
that
that
super
super
chat,
chat,
buddy.
buddy.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
Um, so, things are back to normal for the Dallas Cowboys, as always, because we know with the Dallas Cowboys, there's always some drama going on. We literally have been exactly where we always are. Things that you always know they're going to happen before training camp. Contract dispute. We're always going to have drama with somebody getting paid. You remember how ugly it got with Dez Bryant? You know how ugly it got with DeMarcus Lawrence? Now it's, Zeke Elliott that's getting, oh, let me open up for business and wake up the football gods. God, it doesn't matter what I do. It seems like there's always some people that are unhappy. You know, I, these guys are the pinnacle to me of football for the Dallas Cowboys. These are my heroes growing up. Although they need to add Ed Too Tall Jones. Ed Too Tall Jones should be there. And when I say football gods, I'm not trying to create another religion, but some people go off and they're like, "How dare you? You're a heathen." And it's like, please, come on. When I hear stupid stuff from the talking heads, I try to um, give you the other side of the equation and let you know that their philosophy isn't about trying to make the Dallas Cowboys better or make the Cowboys look good, that their thing is to make them look bad. And of course, I get hate mail from people that literally tell me how stupid I am and call me everything but a child of God. And, it's just like, oh, God, what is the deal? What do I have to do to keep people happy? And I try and do me. And me is trying to do as much as I can to try and help other people, try to make the world a better place. And that just does not seem to work with us. Hold on, let me do something real quick. Let me move something here. We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. And we got to do a little adjustment. Boom. Little adjustment here. Okay. So we're getting closer. We're a minute and 55 away. Oh man, I love it. Let's try the countdown clock camera here. Look at that. Look at that, man. 50 hours. I'm sorry, 50 days. 1 minute 39 seconds away from kickoff. Guys, I I can't believe it. It was 2:26 when we got that clock up here, man. Screw them. Don't let them stress me out. You know what though? It's funny because somebody had commented. They said, you got a lot of trolls out there, but it's amazing because your numbers continue to go up. It's like, yeah, I think they subscribe because they want to be the first one to tell me that I'm an idiot. So we're down to 1 minute and 8 seconds here. It's funny because I'm looking at the screen. The screen is actually behind here, but we're down to 1 minute here. I'm going to switch the cameras real quick. It's getting close, guys. Ah, wow. Can you wait to see it drop below 50? 50 seconds, man. Special prayers her way. Whose prayers are we sending to? Wait. I'm missing the story here. Hold on. Haters going to hate, especially when it's the Cowboys. Guys, please don't believe this story. I'm telling you it's BS from Mike Farello. He wrote the last big one, Dak should cut ties with Dak. Yeah, and you know what? You're 100% right there. We're down to 22 seconds. Loving my boys. Mike Farello was the same one that put Des Bryant on blast, too, saying that there was that tape out there. And they're definitely doing it for clicks. Okay, we're down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! Less than 50 days, guys. 49 days from right now, we will be watching football. Games that matter. And just think, in literally, 3 weeks, we'll start watching preseason games? I feel so good right now. I feel so good. We're a step closer. Now, I get all the guys that tell me how much Dak Prescott sucks. I'm not going to be on here long. There's other YouTubers that out there. I don't want to take up the whole blogosphere. Like Mike Fisher is now part of the YouTube community as well. He started a channel, and it seems like on a daily basis there's more and more YouTubers. So I'm sure that sooner or later I'm going to be kicked to the side. It'll be done and over with, and I'll be put out to pasture. So I don't want to take up too much space from people and stuff. But it's funny because people look for a reason to hate my quarterback. Everybody says the Cowboys, you can't win without Zeke Elliott. And I don't agree with you. Nathaniel Davies, I want to come to Oxnard so bad, but unfortunately, I'm not going to have the money to go this year. With the Giant game being the first game of the week of the season, and then the tailgate, I had to spend a whole lot of money on my truck, so it's just not financially feasible. And I have a lot of money that I got to work on getting the man cave together, so that way we'll be ready for the season. So something had to give, and unfortunately, going to Oxnard is one of them. I agree with you, Victor. I don't think Zeke's holding out either because they said he was going to hold out for OTAs and stuff, but he was there. So until he's not on the plane going to Oxnard, then I ain't believing it. But here's the thing that's funny is we keep hearing that Dak Prescott, he's a dink and dunker and things like that. He sucks. He won't force the ball downfield and things. Now, I want you guys to watch. This is Jared Goff's touchdown passes from 2017. And I want you to see how a real quarterback constantly throws the deep ball as opposed to Dak Prescott. Okay? Let's watch all of his touchdown passes. Let me go back here. See, how far did that one go downfield? Let's see. Okay. All right, so that was about 18 yards. There you go. That's pushing the ball down the field. That's challenging them. Wow. That touchdown pass, that was behind the line of scrimmage. That was a dink, wasn't it? That was a dink, right? Oh, okay. Let's see. Huh. You know, that touchdown pass was behind the line of scrimmage, too. That ball did not travel at all downfield, did it? Wow. Huh. Okay, that one did go down the field. That one went a yard down the field. Okay. This one, 2 yards down the field. 2 yards, it got pushed down the field. Okay. All right. This is interesting, isn't it? That one, 3 yards down the field. Oh, okay. You guys seeing a pattern here? Because we're told that Dak Prescott is a dink and dunker. Now that one actually went 12 yards down the field. What's up, Brandon? You know, Brandon, we were actually just watching the countdown under 50 days and just doing like a quick live stream here. And I'm just looking at how a quarterback, a real quarterback, actually pushes the ball down the field. And that was a shuttle pass. You see the difference between having a Jared Goff versus a Dak Prescott, how he's always throwing the ball deep downfield, great big pass plays. You know, I wish our quarterback could do that. Amazing, isn't it? Jared Goff, wow. He's a gunslinger. Look, you know, you see how he pushed that 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage for a touchdown pass? Wow. I'm not too far from Leesburg at all. Let's see, this one. There you go. Push that ball 7 yards down the field. Wow. Wow. It's amazing. That one behind the line of scrimmage. His yards after catch must be incredible. Now, I ask you guys, forget that I'm a Dak Prescott fan, okay? This is going to be the longest pass that we get right here. Okay, now, that's pushing the ball down the field. That was pushing the ball down the field right there. But that was the first one that went over 20 yards. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Now, granted, he's in the red zone. He doesn't have that far to go with that one. But are you noticing how many of his touchdown passes are screen passes that he's going all the way? Okay, this is the second one that's actually gone more than 20 yards down the field. So when you hear the talking heads talking about how much, you know, Dak Prescott, he needs people around him. I'm sitting here looking at all these pass plays, and if it isn't for Cooper Kupp and for Todd Gurley taking these balls, look at this, taking it to the house. Now, what that's going to go down as is a 19-yard touchdown pass. It's really a handoff. Am I wrong? Isn't that kind of a handoff? Look at this. 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's a handoff. Please, talking heads. This is where I would love to debate some of these guys that are, you know, the experts out there that say, well, you know, he's not pushing, he's not challenging down the field. The average distance for passes is only going, 7 yards. Yeah, but look at this. Look at this. We've had 2 plays over 20 yards touchdown passes. Oh, well, I wish I should have had that queued up, but I hadn't planned on this. This was something I was going to do as a video later, but I'm sitting here looking at this. Well, all I can tell you is they're great in the red zone, which is something that we're not. But as far as this offense, it's a dink and dunk. It's a dink and dunk. This, by definition, to me, look at this. 3 yards down the field. This is a dink and dunk offense. And there's nothing, and here's the thing. Let me say this too. There's nothing wrong with a dink and dunk offense because 1, it's low risk. 2, It's an offense that's going to control the clock and keep the ball away from the other teams. And if you have a quarterback who's limited, who, then this works great, especially if you have athletes. Look at this. Michael Anthony Fitness, he's around. He was watching something on TV, so he went and watched it in his room. Now, do you see, if this was Dak Prescott, what would they be saying right now? Dak is leaving a lot of things on the field. Dak Prescott, if it wasn't for Zeke running those, it's an out and Zeke ran it in. It's not really like a quarterback. They're all TDs. Yes. How you doing, Miss Jackie? Miss Jackie, I just came on because we were getting under 50 days here. And I was just, it's been my thing to correct a lot of the injustice that's talked, all the bull crap that is talked about my quarterback and stuff. Because, people keep saying that Dak can't challenge the ball downfield and he's dink and dunk. But if you look at every one of these touchdown passes, with the exception of 2, none of Jared Goff's passes are really going downfield. In fact, most of his pass plays are behind the line of scrimmage where Todd Gurley was actually taking them back. So I'm just trying to be fair and balanced with the coverage and stuff on here. But as you can see, guys, when you look at our other clock, that's exactly how much time we have before the 2019 season starts. I don't know about you guys, but I am as excited as I can be about the season. It just can't get here soon enough. To think that rookies are beginning to report with 3 of the teams already. Them talking heads don't know football, Mark. They are just haters. I'm just trying. Maybe this will be my mission. Let me go through with the Jason Whitlocks and try and find them actually say something positive about the Cowboys. Because I believe they had us dead and buried last year, that they were done sticking fork in, worst team in football. Yet we go through a run and make the playoffs, and they're still talking about how we're bad. And I think ESPN in the latest power rankings has us 15th in the NFL. I mean, you have to at least give them credit for being in the playoffs last year and winning a playoff game, wouldn't you? But yet they still believe that the Cleveland Browns, they're a better team. They're believing that the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers are a better team. It's funny, isn't it? How much hate we get, and that they're going out. You watch all these different shows where they're trying to say Zeke Elliott's going to hold out. If Dak Prescott gets paid, it's going to mess up the locker room. Are you kidding me? It ain't going to mess up the locker room. That's some bull crap that you guys made up. It's going to mess up your show if he gets paid. I think, Kenobi, I think that those Zeke holding out are, I don't think that's the case. Because you know what? Here's the thing that I think about. Although it didn't work, I believe that Jerry Jones went to the mat for Zeke Elliott. Jerry Jones, was all in and trying to keep Zeke on the field. And I think that kind of buys a little bit of capital because, some teams would kind of say, screw you. Well, maybe they wouldn't have because you got talent. But I'm just kind of looking at that thinking where Zeke has always had his back by the Cowboys and that he may look at that and say, I want a new deal. And it may be that he's just trying to make a little bit of noise to say, hey, don't forget me. I know we got other people we got to take too, but make sure you leave some food on the table to feed me. Get Dak taken care of and Amari, and I expect to have something happen for me as well. Somebody had told me about that, and I'm going to check it out. But, the funny thing about Colin Cowherd, he's another one of those guys who, and here's the reality. Whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whether you're me or another YouTuber, or whether you're Colin Cowherd, or whether you're Stephen A. Smith, or Mike Fisher, anybody that's in the media, there's one thing you want. You want people to watch. You want people to comment. You want people to share what you're doing. So, unlike when I grew up, when it used to be sports was reporting what was actually happening, everything is now an opinion piece. And you want people to listen to your opinion, whether it's right or wrong. And I'm going to tell you, I remember my daughter. My daughter does YouTube as well, and she's very successful with it. Um, and I remember seeing some of the hate that she was getting from people and stuff, and seeing these comments where it was like sites where they would talk about. I'm just like, oh my God, what is wrong? I was pissed off. I'm ready to beat some people up, beat them down. And I said, my God, Kayla, how do you take this? She said, Dad, psh, bottom line is, it doesn't matter if they like you or don't like you. The fact that they're watching, clicking, interacting is all that matters, because that's what it's all about, is getting people to watch. So it's not that they're coming out and saying what they really want to say. AK Doll, and please listen, if any of you go to her channel, that's my daughter, okay? Act like you've talked to a woman before, okay? Don't be one of them thirsty brothers and things like that. And don't pull a Victor where you're kind of stalking, okay? Please, please. Act like you have some sense. And by the way, acting like a fool and a thirsty brother and sending dick pics is not the way to get a woman, okay? Or at least a woman that you really want to get. If you know what I'm saying, okay? Forgive my language here. I know I've got younger people, okay? But seriously, don't do that. Don't be that guy. But in the end, it's about getting clicks. Because see, now, what are you doing? And I fall for it too. We're all talking about what Colin Cowherd, he said trade Zeke Elliott. Well, nobody's trading Zeke. We're not trading Zeke. Not going to happen. And it's funny because fans are like, well, let's do a Herschel Walker trade. Dude, that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. That ain't happening. It ain't happening anymore. So somebody's posted out there a trade with the Raiders and, a mega deal. It's not going to happen. It's not. You can dream about that all you want, but nobody's given up a whole draft like they did once for Ricky Williams, okay? Nobody's giving up as many draft picks and players like Minnesota did. It just doesn't happen. Not for running back. Sorry. And that's it. And again, so Colin Cowherd has gone through and he's made his case and his statement and stuff. And the problem is, though, is a lot of fans will go through and hear that stuff and say, take it as a fact. And they'll go through, and it was funny, again, talking to Philip this morning. And we were talking about statistics. Statistics was one of the hardest classes that I took in college. And I remember getting there, and when you get in there, the first thing they tell you is you can prove anything you want with statistics between mean, median, mode, modulation. There's like 5 different ways that you can take the same numbers and get different results. And the thing that they do, and just like I did showing you guys Jared Goff's touchdowns, okay? You're seeing 50-yard touchdown passes. They're 50 yards. It was 50 yards the play went. But the pass play was 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Hence, it was really like a handoff. But the mind is, you look at it, oh, Jared Goff had a 50-yard touchdown pass. He had a 40-yard touchdown. He's carrying the ball down the field. Nah, not really. And as we look through on these touchdown passes, I would say 60% of them were screen plays that Gurley took to the house. But people will say, Jared Goff, he's a much better quarterback than Dak Prescott. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm looking at Cooper Kupp. I'm looking at Todd Gurley. I'm looking at the offense, looking at the young offensive-minded head coach as opposed to Father Time, Scott Linehan. It's kind of some different things. So, understand, look for yourself. Don't just go by my word or the talking heads' words. Gather on anything as much information as you can and make your own decision on what you feel is right. Okay? That's what I try and do. I'm not going to say that I am 100% right on everything, but I got to tell you, I'm more right than I'm wrong. And I dare say I'll put my record against most of those talking heads out there. Because what I try and do is use my eyes and my brain. I like to look at things that have happened in the past to see if there's a precedent. Like we have people that say, you know what, I want to see Zeke Elliott rush for 2,000 yards. Okay? Look at the numbers of what happens to guys after they run 2,000 yards. Look at how short their career is after they run 2,000 yards. Take a look at how many of those 2,000-yard seasons end up winning Super Bowls. They don't. In fact, only 4 times in the history of the Super Bowl has the NFL's rushing champion won the Super Bowl. Terrell Davis with Denver and Emmitt Smith 3 times with the Cowboys. That's it. And of course, you always hear things with the talking heads. Cowboys can't win without Zeke Elliott. You saw what happened. They didn't make the playoffs without Zeke Elliott. Well, actually, we went 3-3 without Zeke, 500. I'm not saying that was great. I'm not saying that was great. But then we had another game without Zeke, and we were 4-2. I'm sorry, 4-3. So at least that is a winning record, right? Now check this one out. This is kind of interesting. After we got rid of Dez Bryant and Jason Witten, we had Dak and Zeke after he came back from a suspension, right? You know what our record was before we got Amari Cooper? Before we got the third person of the triplets? Do you? Do you, punk? 4-6. So the case could be made that if you don't have a number 1 wide receiver, you can't win. We're 4-3 without Zeke. We're 4-6 without having a number 1. The Yoda of the Dallas Cowboys statistics. Funny you are. How you doing, Miss Jackie? I'm going to get off of here again. I don't want to take up the whole blogosphere here. I just wanted to come through because I'm happy because there's only 49 days until the season kicks off and just kind of see my people. I just love my people and all. So what we have to understand as we go through and they try and say, well, the Cowboys can't keep everybody. I pointed that out. That's bullshit too. You got enough money to sign everybody, okay? It's just the Cowboys are gonna nickel and dime everybody and put them on blast and do all this stuff and keep it in the news because that's what the Cowboys do. There's never been a situation with the Cowboys where somebody got a big contract that it was easy peasy. I dare you to show me one. It's got nothing to do with the player's ability. We trashed Dez Bryant, we paid him, okay? Tony Romo, we questioned him, we paid him. DeMarcus Lawrence, he said he's greedy and everything else. We paid him. They're going to pay Zeke. They're going to pay Dak. They're going to pay Amari Cooper because you need all 3. We have been through all the same situations without one of them, and guess what? Every time we sucked. Without a quarterback in 2015, we couldn't win. Without a running back with Zeke, we couldn't win. Without a wide receiver, we couldn't win. We have all 3 of them, we go to the playoffs. That's it. That's the story. They'll get it worked out. Lamont Pratt. Oh, my God, my God, my God, my God, my God. We'll do a Capology report another time, but trust me. There's going to be some guys that are some fat that aren't going to make this team this year. That's going to give you some more cap room this year. The NFL salary cap is going to go up a minimum of $6 million next year. And depending on how you structure the contracts, you can sign Amari Cooper to a bigger contract and get cap relief of his thing right now. He's a $16 million cap hit. You could sign him to an $18 million a year deal, the way the Cowboys usually do, which is, if you look at Zach Martin's deal last year. Zach Martin's deal last year cost us less than the deal he had before on last year's cap. They got cap space when they redid his deal because that guaranteed money is prorated, okay? So anyway, I'm going to go up here and spend some more time with my wife because, she left early this morning and she got home late this evening. And there's other people, other great YouTubers out there that want to get your attention. So I'm not going to take up all the time. Mark usually isn't wrong, though. Well, thank you very much, Zachary. I appreciate that. I believe me, I try. I don't usually try and just pull things out my ass. And I know people will tell me you're crazy. But a lot of times, they don't come back after the fact with what I said was going to happen and say, you were so wrong. DOC, here's the problem with fantasy football. Look into it. The mods are hurting my show. Well, I'm going to ask them to chill just a little bit, but we've had some really bad people that have been coming over here, sometimes, and they're trying to keep it down. Because we have some young people, we have some wonderful, beautiful ladies that come in, and some of these trolls that come in here just start a whole lot of stuff. You're scaring away the kiddies. You're chasing away the women. Okay, maybe you guys want to just hang out with you. I mean, come on. We want to have a diverse crowd. We want to have real conversations and stuff. So, let's just be cool. So as long as you don't say anything that's really out there, I mean, you can say, well, Dak stinks, I get that, but give me a reason why you say he stinks. Don't just come in and say he sucks. If you're going to disagree with me, and I have no problem with people disagreeing with me, prove your point. Mark, you doing another live stream. I'm not. Well, I was doing it because of this. We are under 50 days. So, normal chat and debate. There you go. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and get out of here because, like I said, I want to stay married. So I will see you guys early tomorrow morning. In fact, I got to get to bed early because I got to be up on this roof by 7 in Maryland. So we're going to turn out the lights. This party's over. Oops. Wrong one. Wrong button. We're going to turn out the lights because this party's over.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.